Project manager, role, competencies, power, and types. Let us discuss the role of a project manager. Project manager is the person assigned by the performing organization to lead the team that is responsible for achieving project objectives. The project manager works to balance the competing constraints on the project with the resources available. It is important to remember that the project manager's role is to prepare a project management plan that is realistic, viable, and achievable. A project manager should decide which project methodology and approach to employ, select the knowledge areas and processes to apply to the project, and is responsible for managing all aspects of the project. The role of the project manager differs from the functional manager and operations manager. A functional manager provides oversight for a functional or business unit, and an operations manager ensures that business operations are executed and are efficient. The project manager may report to the functional, program, or portfolio manager depending on the organizational structure. In the next screen, we will discuss the project manager's sphere of influence. Think about sphere of influence as people that you need to work with so you can engage with them in more meaningful ways to contribute to the success of a project. The numerous roles that the project manager fulfills within their sphere of influence reflect the project manager's capabilities and are representative of the value and contributions of the project management profession. As a project manager, you can see here that you are centrally located with the most influence on yourself. Your performance based on your knowledge and skills shapes the project, the organization, and the industry. Your competencies in balancing the competing constraints, which are budget, resources, schedule, and others, along with your professional discipline and your continuing knowledge transfer and application of expertise to others, results in a successful delivery of the product, services, or result. As a project manager, you are in constant communication with stakeholders and proactively interact with others within the organization. As you move out or away from the center of the sphere, you gradually lose your power. The next sphere is the project team and those who manage resources. In this role, you still have a huge influence over your team since you are in constant communication with them and your resource managers. You make sure each is kept up to date on the project deliverables and provide direction and what the vision is for project success. The next set of people you have some influence over are project sponsors, governing bodies, steering committees, and project management offices. These are the people who can help with your project by providing support, guidance, and decision making in order for you to keep executing your plan. They also fund your project and keep funding it through closure. Beyond that, there are other stakeholders, including suppliers, customers, and end users. The level of your influence depends on how well you keep them updated on project deliverables. Constant communication is key in order to ensure success. In addition, you must become knowledgeable about the industry trends related to your project and your organization. As a result, you become an influencer about the execution and delivery of objectives of your project. In the next screen, we will discuss the competencies or skills needed by project managers to succeed. Due to rapidly changing business environments, project managers should look beyond the technical skills of project management. While technical skills are core to project management, it's even more critical to develop leadership and strategic and business management skills. To accommodate these new skills, PMI introduced the Talent Triangle in 2015, which identifies the ideal skill set for project managers. The PMI talent triangle focuses on three key skill sets for excellence in project management, which are technical project management, leadership strategic, and business management. We will look at each of these in turn. Technical project management is the knowledge, skills, and behaviors related to specific domains of project, program, and portfolio management. Relevant training and certifications will help them with domain-specific knowledge and expertise. Leadership is the knowledge, skills, and behavior needed to guide, motivate, and direct a team to help organization achieve its business goals. The project managers must build relationships with all teams and are responsible for success and failures of the teams. Strategic and business management is the knowledge of and expertise in the industry and organization that enhances performance and better delivers business outcomes. Project managers must have cost-benefit analysis, strength and weakness analysis, legal compliance, market awareness and conditions, and customer relationship management. When project managers align their plans and actions with their company's greater goals, coupled with applying their technical knowledge with effective leadership, they can infuse energy into company's projects every day. To be the most effective, project managers need to have a balance of these three skill sets. In the next screen, we will discuss the powers that project managers can use. Based on whether you are working in a functional organization, matrix organization, or projectized organization, a project manager will have a varied degree of authority and power as a project manager. Project managers have to use their powers effectively throughout the project. The PMBOK guide recognizes the following 14 powers of a project manager. Positional, sometimes called formal, authoritative, legitimate, comes when you are formally made project manager of a project and you are given legitimate power to tell your team what they should be working on. In a strong matrix or projectized organization, you may be completely in charge of a team in terms of doing their performance appraisal, deciding on compensation, etc. Informational power comes when you have the power by being in charge of the process of gathering and distributing information, as well as being in ownership of it. In the information age, it is crucial that information is used appropriately. Referent power. A project manager casually mentioning to the team that he had a lunch meeting with the CEO and he appreciated the team's hard work, you are exercising referent power. Basically, you associate yourself with people in power and show the team how they stand to benefit by this, and your team would love the fact that they are associated with you. Situational power is gained from rescuing a project from a unique situation such as a specific crisis. Personal or charismatic power. This relates directly to the personality of the project manager. You are charismatic and attractive and people are in awe of you. Relational power comes when you possess a tremendous network and you are expert at building relationships with people. When someone knows they need something, they are aware that you have the connections to get them done. Expert power comes from the skills, information possessed, experience, training, education, and certification. This is the power you radiate when you lead by example. This is characterized by the ability to administer information, knowledge, or expertise to others. Reward-oriented power is about the ability to provide someone with praise, monetary, or other desired item, or provide something that reduces the pains of undesirable experience. Essentially, either increase the comfort or decrease the discomfort. Punitive or coercive power comes when you have the ability to invoke discipline or negative consequences. Main goal of this power is compliance. Punishment power is exercised when someone is not performing and has to be reminded of bad consequences if there is no improvement. Ingratiating power comes from application of flattery or other common ground to win a favor or cooperation. Pressure-based power comes from limiting the freedom of choice or movement for the purpose of gaining compliance to desired action. You don't want to practice this power. There is definitely a negative connotation to this. Guilt-based power comes when project manager reminds people of their role and the fact that they are not living up to their expectation, so that they feel guilty of not fulfilling their duty. By imposition of obligation or sense of duty, the project manager expects to motivate them to do the work. Persuasive power comes from your ability to provide arguments that move people to a desired course of action. You are able to persuade someone to behave the way you want them to. Avoiding power is the power you gain by refusing to participate in an activity. Maybe the project manager skips an important meeting that needs her inputs and everyone realizes what they have missed. In the next screen, we will discuss the difference between leadership and management. The words leadership and management are often used interchangeably, but they are not synonymous. The word management is related to directing other people to get from one point to another using a known set of expected behaviors. The word leadership relates to working with others through discussion or debate in order to guide them from one point to another. This table compares management and leadership on several important levels. Management is all about directing positional powers, whereas leadership, on the other hand, is about guiding, influencing, and collaborating using relational power. Note the keywords directing and guiding. Management is about maintenance and administration, whereas leadership is about developing and innovating. Management focuses on systems and structure, whereas leadership focuses on relationships with people. Management relies on control, whereas leadership inspires trust. Management focuses on short-term goals, whereas leadership focuses on long-term vision. Management asks how and when, whereas leadership asks what and why. Management focuses on bottom line, whereas leadership focuses on the horizon. Management accepts the status quo, whereas leadership challenges the status quo. Managers are people who do things right, and leaders are people who do the right thing. Management focuses on operational issues and problem solving, whereas leadership focuses on vision, alignment, motivation, and inspiration. Keep in mind that both roles are complementary to each other and connected. A good manager may not be a good leader and vice versa. To be successful, project managers should employ both skills, leadership and management. The key is in finding the right balance for each situation. On large projects, a project manager will act more like a leader, inspiring the sub-project managers to get on board with their objectives. On small projects, project managers will act more like managers because they are responsible for all the planning and coordinating functions. In the next screen, we will discuss different leadership styles. Project managers may have different styles of leading and managing. Throughout the project, project managers will use many, if not all, of the styles. It really depends on the team members, the team experience, the organization's culture, and the project manager's own skills. Extensive research has been done in the area of leadership styles. Let us discuss some of the most common examples of leadership styles. Laissez-faire leadership style allows the team to make their own decisions and establish their own goals. This is also referred to as taking a hands-off style. Laissez-faire is French for let do or basically leave it alone. The leader is available as needed but allows the team to manage itself. Transactional leadership style focuses on goals, feedback, and accomplishment to determine rewards. Transactional leaders are autocratic, activity-focused, and autonomous, and they use contingent reward systems and manage by exception. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours is the core message of transactional leadership, which promotes compliance and success through a system of rewards and punishment, aka the carrot and the stick. Servant leader leadership style demonstrates commitment to serve and put other people first. Servant leader focuses on other people's growth, learning, development, autonomy, and well-being, concentrates on relationships, community, and collaboration. Leadership is secondary and emerges after service. Transformational leadership style is empowering followers through idealized attributes and behaviors, inspirational motivation, encouragement for innovation and creativity, and individual consideration. Transformational leaders tend to focus on relationships rather than activities. They are collaborative, influential, and inspire and motivate their teams to perform. Charismatic leadership style is able to inspire, is high energy, enthusiastic, self-confident, holds strong convictions. Charismatic leaders have an influential personality. Interactional leadership style is a combination of transactional, transformational, and charismatic leadership styles. These leaders look at the variables such as the working environment, company culture, market challenges, conflicts and complexities, and the influence of leaders on the business. Taking all of these into account, the interactional leaders uses their hybrid skills and positioning to demonstrate that their influence is used best when individuals interact with certain situations. In the next screen, we will discuss personality traits of the project managers. Another key aspect in project success comprises the personality traits of the project managers. Let us discuss some of these personality characteristics or traits. Authentic, accepts others for what and who they are, show open concern. Courteous, ability to apply appropriate behavior and etiquette. Creative, ability to think abstractly, to see things differently, to innovate. Cultural, measure of sensitivity to other cultures including values, norms, and beliefs. Emotional, ability to perceive emotions and the information they present and to manage them, measure of interpersonal skills. Intellectual, measure of human intelligence over multiple aptitudes. Managerial, measure of management practice and potential. Political, measure of political intelligence and making things happen. Service-oriented, evidence of willingness to serve other people. Social, ability to understand and manage people. And systematic, drive to understand and build systems. An effective project manager will have some level of ability with each of these characteristics in order to be successful. In the next screen, we will discuss about performing integration. Integration is a critical skill and typically unique to the project manager's role. Project manager needs to perform integration at process level, cognitive level, and context level. Process level integration is using the processes outlined in the project management body of knowledge, knowing when they overlap or when they do or do not apply. Cognitive level integration is embedding a deep understanding of all the processes, skills and tools such as planning, leadership, influence, and negotiation to drive project success. And lastly, context level of integration is changing the way a process is used when given different context, situation, or scenario.